Hi everyone. I wanted to share a dream that I had a few nights ago. It's taken me, I haven't been able to post videos for a couple days, and I wanted to, I just felt inspired to share the dream. And it's a concept that and it's it's not a very happy dream. So if you're looking for a positive, upbeat kind of thing, it's probably not for you. Um, but it's a dream about what we're dealing with in our society right now and being more real about where we are. And I'm not saying things are, um, I'm actually a pretty optimistic person, but I'm also a realistic person in some ways. And we are in a really, really intense and challenging time on this planet right now. It's exciting. I mean, there's some excitement, and I think we all kind of chose to be here at this time. And I'm not trying to take away from any type of hope or anything from anyone. I do think like I said, I'm actually um, optimistic, a little, kind of a realist, but lean towards optimism, I guess, in those ways. But so anyway, I had this dream a few nights ago that I was living in this huge mansion with an actual one of my subscribers who I've done a few readings for, and we were living in this huge, it was a very big house, possibly a mansion, and she had one part of the mansion or house, huge house, and I was in another part of the house. It was like a type of thing where you could probably share the house with someone and not even run into them that much. And Anyway, we were just, I think our paths crossed in the big house, and she went into her area and I was in my area. And when I was sitting in my area, it was like kind of a lobby or a study or big living room. It was a very large house. And a man wanders in, and he's nicely dressed. He's, clean cut looking. He's not scraggly or anything like that, but he might have even been wearing like a suit, or I think he was wearing like dress, kind of dress pants and a nice shirt or something. And he wanders in and he's clearly mentally ill, like he's hallucinating and kind of mumbling to himself and completely not with it. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. He wasn't really threatening me or anything, but he was obviously having some sort of psychotic break. So that happened. And then this is where it gets even weirder. This little girl shows up, and she is a purple color, like a sick, dead purple color, like almost like something from like a Tim Burton movie or something. She's this really strange, sickly lavender color, and she's kind of dead, right? And she keeps trying to like sit on my lap, and she wants my attention, and she's tries to sit on my lap, and she's trying to like, she just really wants attention, like very, and like normal little kid, like she was probably, 6 or 7 years old, right? And I didn't really want her anywhere near me. She was creepy looking. She looked like she was kind of dead, and this very off, weird purpley color that was not at all normal, or it wasn't even really attractive. It was creepy, okay? It wasn't like she was like this beautiful purple, or like it wasn't like the color of her skin, you know, it was death. It had like a death feel to it. And she was really wanting my attention, and I was trying to get away from her, but I didn't really want to, I felt kind of bad, really. And I all of a sudden was like, we're in the zombie apocalypse now. These are zombies. This crazy guy, and that's what we're dealing with in society right now. In society, we have the mentally ill and the dead people. People that are just checked out, or they're mentally ill. And mentally ill, like, and I know we're all struggling, those of us that are, and I'm not trying to judge other people. I'm certainly not perfect. I have issues that I'm dealing with, and we're all dealing with our issues, and we all, nobody is completely free of this, but when you're on this ascension path, you are more conscious of things. We just are more conscious of things that are going on, and more aware of things that are going on in our society. And but I really realized it really just was a huge dream time epiphany. And I've talked about this before with friends and stuff, that we're in the apocalypse now. Like, we are in the apocalypse. There's no apocalypse that's coming. We're there. We're here. We've reached it. It could get worse. It could get worse, and it might it might get worse. But there's no waiting for the apocalypse. There's no, we can be in denial that we're not dealing with the mentally ill, that we're not dealing with people that are completely dead inside. 'Cause we are absolutely dealing with that in society right now. I'm not saying everyone is like that, but I really think the majority of people are just completely, they're either completely shut off, which to me is like a zombie, and or if they're not shut off, they're dealing with mental illness. And, we could even say, I'm sure there are people out there that would accuse me of being mentally ill, and I could even get a few trolls in the comments going like, well, look, you're like, you believe in all this crazy shit, and you like, see shit, well, yeah, I actually have to, I'm not going to get into that right now. I have another video about that. One of my first videos was about that. And I'm willing, I know the difference. I know the difference between what I'm getting intuitively and psychically and what everyone else is seeing and doing and experiencing. And but for some people, that's a blurry line, and I do believe that a lot of mentally ill people are having psychic experiences as well. But there's some fine lines between that, and it probably is there, and they're probably fine lines. So I guess the whole message is that there's this feeling I have of needing to accept in except that we're really, when we go out there in the real world, the 3D world, we are dealing with a lot of mentally ill people, and we are dealing with a lot of dead people. And what do we do about that? I'm not sure, but I think the first step is coming to terms with that. Coming to terms with the fact that this is what we're dealing with. And a lot of some of my clients, people I do readings for and friends, we are having some very difficult experiences with actually the crazy people out there, because there is some we're in an insane world, and how we navigate that right now, I'm trying to figure all that out as well. And my purpose of this channel is not to get up here and make it look like I've got everything together and I have all the answers, because I do not. And I feel like that's an old paradigm anyway. That's an old paradigm. That's very age of Pisces, where people need a guru and a savior. And I am just a messenger. I'm an intuitive, I'm a psychic, and I'm an astrologer, and I'm a healer. But I am not a guru or a savior, or here to tell people how to how to navigate this, because I'm figuring it out as I go along, really, at this point. But the message is, for today, we are living in the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse is now. Thank you.